I'm Danny G. It's a 2020 Road Glide. Starting with the wheels, these are San Diego Customs wheels. Swing arm is a custom painted alloy art. What else are we doing here? 128 S&S motor, HPI pipe, of course. Built by San Diego Customs, tuned by Hero out in Vegas, and it's got every bit of power you're gonna get out of this bike, man. It's fast. Paint is done by Flying Iron Designs out of Vista, California. Andy, super good dude. I've been working with him for about, I want to say almost 20 years now, since he was a kid. And he's done bikes, off-road vehicles, cars, you name it. And he never ceases to amaze, man. This is like, this bike, when you get in real close on the details, the quality of, beautiful, perfect. Hit the nail on the head. Hit all the details that I wanted them to do, I wanted to always, a lot of my bikes, I try and sneak in a little tribute to, actually, that. We'll edit that part out. I ain't plugging those kooks. But yeah, I mean, Andy, every single time, he's done like, I don't know, five or six baggers for me, multiple Dynas, FXRs. And each time I put the pressure on him, like, how you gonna top the last one, man? And he does every time. This is one where I'm like, man, I don't know how much further we can go with it, man, but I love this shit, man. The more panels, the more lowrider style, the better for me. That's my background, that's where I come from. Grew up in New York, New Jersey, Miami, or this whole South Florida area. I bounced around all over South Florida. And then went from South Florida to Oceanside, California, 25 years ago. And now I spend like 2 weeks in Phoenix, 2 weeks in Oceanside for the most part. I bounce back and forth, dual resident of Phoenix and Oceanside, California. So the stereo for me, always, I go right for Rockford Fosgate. Plug and play, sounds great. You can hear it clear as a bell at 100 miles an hour down the freeway. It sounds perfect, man. There's no reason to ever shy from Rockford, man. It's always the best stuff. Front and rear suspension is it's Ohlins out back and up front, and then a +2. And then also, what's funny is tuned by Ohlins as well. They came out here and hung out at the shop, and they said the bike wasn't, really far off at all from where I wanted it to be. So yeah, that's little kudos there to San Diego Customs, man. If you need suspension tuned or whatever, get your bike over to them. They're 100% backed by Ohlins. Future plans, man. This is definitely the funnest bike I've ever ridden, I've ever had. Such a good time, man. That motor, That 128 S&S is no fucking joke, man. You know, the bike's set up exactly how it does everything I want it to do. I love the bike, but I got ideas in my head, so I can't keep them all, you know. In Oceanside, I've only got a one-car garage, and that's probably a good thing. So it's about time for me to probably sell this bike and move on to something else, probably another Road Glide. I'm not sure. I got my eye on a few different ideas, a few different bikes, but I got to keep it moving, man. I can't just sit on one bike for too long. Got to get those ideas out of my head, man, or I start, I don't know what happens if I don't. I start thinking real dark thoughts if I don't get rid of my bikes and get these ideas out of my head. How you doing?
Are you making a music video?
What's that?
Is it a music video or no?
It's in like a minute or so. I'm gonna like take all this off and start dancing and everything.
Oh, perfect. Then we thought so. Well, wait.
Nah. Across the street at the jerk shop. Find me over there. I do a little part-timing over there, you know. This dude in the Tesla is so stressed out right now, dude. He's so bummed on me. What was the question again? Find me on Instagram. It's Danny G with a bunch of underscores, and I don't know how many it is. Just keep hitting them until you see a real sexy dude riding a Dyna. That's me.
How can I help you today, Trey? I don't even remember where it came from. I think that he got it from Quaid, perhaps, and then he came and he said, I'm gonna drop it off. I want to get the tins apart, get them over to Andy so Andy can start painting them. Andy is Andy from Flying Iron. Get the bike from
That
Quaid?
bike came from, yeah, Quaid. It was the last one in the Southwest. Are you filming this or just?
Yeah.
Smoking?
What's that?
Smoking.
It's some balm.
Is this your little snuff box?
It smells amazing.
What is it,
Take
pomade?
this stuff? No, it's a.
It's what you put on when you don't want to take a shower.
It's very nice. Very nice.
That's the man version of a stripper shower.
So you got the bike, you instantly threw in a motor. What happened with the motor?
We're doing a pretty good job of staying focused.
When he brought us the bike and we took the tins off, then he took him to Andy from Flying Irons. That's who he uses to paint all of his elaborate bikes. And then we just started ordering parts. And if I remember correctly, it was at the time where parts were still coming out, you know, for the performance side of things.
But also, Harley locked the. Remember, you couldn't tune them and all that. That's why I had to have the 2020, not a 21.
Oh, because at the time there was no tuning software available. So we did a 128 S&S kit, sent it over to T-Man, had him go through the cylinders, do his magic to him, do his heads, his cam, HPI throttle body, injectors, air cleaner pipe, tuned by Hero, and I think he likes it.
Yeah,
Very fun bike to ride.
Oh, well, every year we do a show with Born Free, and in our area there's a lot of performance vendors. One of those vendors happens to be Ohlins. Since we have a good working relationship with Ohlins, they like to either come early and stay late, or come the day of and stay late, and after Born Free we come and do some training, get up to date on techniques, service procedures, what's coming out, just all the bullshit. And Joey from Ohlins became a good friend of mine, so he hangs out for a couple days after Born Free, and we lined up basically all the bikes that we have done in the past year, and if anybody wants them 100% dialed in by Ohlins, then Joey's your guy. He walks us through everything, you know, he tells us a couple trick tips, you know, whatever. Because some guys have set their suspension up to the way that they would like it, and it's not actually optimum. So when you actually know what the suspension's doing, what the rear shock is doing, and everything in between, you can kind of figure out what the customer's actually looking for, and then, you know, get them where you need to be.
That bike is set up perfect, absolutely perfect. Never had anything that dialed. And Joe, what's rad is Joey said. Joey went through the whole bike, and he goes, "Your suspension was already set up perfect." So these guys got it dialed. That's why I said in the video before, like, if you want your suspension tuned in Southern California, hit up these guys. They got it dialed.
We aim to please. Let's take a look through here, see if we find any ugly guys that we know. Oh, I think I passed them. That could be it. Lots of choppers. We built that for S&S this year. Little area, the hot dog and Jordan from Hot Bike. Look at those two ugly spuds and that really good looking pit bull. Some lucky guy won that bike this year. I think there's a couple other pictures of it maybe in the beginning.
So Born Free 16's coming.
Born Free 17 is actually coming.
Oh, right, you're right.
Born
Texas
Free
is
Born Free 16 happened.
Born Free.
Hence the book. Get yours now at hotbike.com.